Maybe you're already booking consultations or discovery calls. And you get people in your consultations or discovery calls that say they can't afford your services, or they need to talk to a partner in order to make a decision, and then maybe you never hear from them again. Or they just need to think about it, and again, maybe you never hear from them again. I want to let you know that this does not mean that you're priced too high. It does not mean that your market never has enough money or can't afford you. It doesn't mean that you need to put your prices on your website so these people don't even contact you in the first place. And it doesn't mean that you need to go back to selling single sessions, because you just did some really important work to start building a business based on long-term clientele who are fully in it with you and going to find success with you. It simply means that you don't have an effective sales system in your business. That's it. And without a sales system, I'm sure you know, you struggle to get clients and make money. You have up and down months, you have unpredictable revenue, and are always hustling for new clients, new clients, new clients. And what happens is often business owners think that to get more new clients, they need to do more marketing. But if you have no system to convert the leads that you get from marketing into clients, then what good does getting more leads have? It means that if you decide that you want to do more marketing and don't have the sales system in place, that you'd be wasting your time and energy and money on that more marketing, because it would just be a leaky bucket. So how to get clients from your marketing, it's not a guessing game. And yet that's how a lot of people operate. They think that it's this magic black box where you do more marketing and then you wish, you're not really sure how many clients will come out the other side. It's a guessing game. And that's not what it should be. Instead, it should be a system where you put marketing into the box. You have a predictable sales system that predictably converts the leads you get into clients, where you know exactly your conversion numbers. If from marketing you are able to get 10 leads per month, that you know that your conversion rate is, let's say, 70%. So for every 10 leads, you get 7 clients. That allows you to actually plan your marketing effectively. So now that you have the right pricing and packaging of your new innovative service that you created through this challenge, which means you're already in so much better shape than most other service businesses, kudos to you. I want to show you how to convert your qualified prospects into great long-term clients, okay? I'm going to show you how to build the stepping stones to turn a prospect into a great long-term client. And that's what a sales system is. It's laying down stepping stones for your prospect to go one step at a time to become that client. So I'm going to show you a bird's eye view of my predictable sales system, which is those stepping stones. Now, a great sales system encompasses several steps, from pre-qualifying and screening your prospects to scheduling the call or the visit, that's the consultation, to priming and prepping them for the consultation itself, and to wowing them after it's done. And if you've been feeling like the sales part of your business is this icky and uncomfortable thing that you just have to get through, I want you to imagine what it's like to have a well-oiled sales machine in your business. It looks like this, just picture it. You wake up to client applications in your inbox and already scheduled consultations for the week with people that are qualified for your service. Monday morning, your calendar already has those consultations in place, and you know that they are people who are qualified and want long-term services. You show up to these consultations with somebody you've never met or talked to, and yet they already know all about you and your mission and your history and what you believe in and what your business is really about for you. Not only do they know all of that, they are totally on board with your message, and they want to know how to get a piece of your magic. They're coming in wanting to work with you. 80% or more of these consultations are with prospects that are a great fit and that you effortlessly enroll. And in those consultations, you don't need to ask them if they'd like to hear about your services, and you don't need to ask them if they'd like to know the price. They ask you, will you work with me? Am I a good fit for you? And what forms of payment do you take? And here's my credit card. Can we start now? And you never hear these words again. That's out of my price range. Other people charge less. Why do you charge so much? Or can I just try it first before I commit? Best of all, imagine looking forward to your consultations as one of the best parts of your work and using them as an opportunity to do the real, actual work of helping people change their lives or their businesses or their relationships. Because actually, the sales process is an opportunity for a deep connection with an individual, the kind of connection that until now, maybe you've been reserving for only those who are already clients. If any of this sounds amazing, it is. So here are the 5 stages. Stage 1, you offer an invitation. Stage 2, you pre-screen and pre-qualify. Stage 3, you prime and prep your prospect. Stage 4 is the consultation itself. And stage 5 is where you onboard and wow your new client. Now they're called stages because within each stage, sometimes there's more than one step. So I'm going to still go through each of these right now. It's quite a lot of information. You're going to want to take out some notes. It is a high level bird's eye view, but I'm going to break down quite a bit of it. So here we go, okay? Stage 1 is where you offer an invitation. You offer your lead a cost-free opportunity to take the next step with you. So this looks like a free consultation. Now you can call it though whatever you want to. You can call it a strategy session. You can call it a discovery call. You can call it an assessment or evaluation if that fits what you do in your business. You can also get specific about what type of strategy session or what type of assessment or evaluation that's specific to your business. So a fitness coach might have a fitness breakthrough session. Or a professional organizer might have a get organized strategy session. A life coach or a nutrition coach or health coach, any number of people could have a get your life back discovery call. What you call it doesn't matter. You just find a name that you like and that fits what your ideal clients are looking for. I want to make a quick note here. A lot of people think that this consultation or discovery call or strategy session, whatever you call it, is a taste, like a free hour of your services. And it's not. This is not a free session of your actual services, okay? This is instead a thoughtfully structured conversation. It has 10 steps that takes your prospect on a journey of discovery to learning what they need to do to meet their goals. Now, your invitation for this no-cost opportunity is simply that. It's just an invitation. So this is a button you would have on your website. This is the call to action you would have on a Yelp page if you're a local brick and mortar business. This is what you might offer somebody who seems to be asking you lots of questions about your service. If your lead accepts your invitation for a free consultation, they move into the next stage. Really simple. But an important note here, they need to accept that offer in order to move to the next stage. So if they don't explicitly request a consultation, then they don't move forward. Even somebody who's talking to you verbally, somebody in networking, somebody messaging you, if they don't say, why, yes, I would like a free consultation, don't keep pushing in any way. They don't get to move into this pipeline. Instead, they remain a lead that you're going to nurture long-term. Preferably, that's an automated process until they are ready. And just to note, a really standard way to do this is with an email list. And your email list, you can have people who are on it for years before they come forward and ask for a consultation. It happens all the time though. The longer you're in business, many people will say, oh yes, I've been on your email list for 3 years and I'm finally ready to move forward. Totally happens. So when they do request the consultation, they say, yes, I would like this. I would like the discovery call, whatever you call yours. You move them into stage 2, the pre-screen and pre-qualify stage. This is a powerful step. It's your red velvet rope policy. It's how you determine who moves forward and who doesn't. Because remember, you don't want to take anyone just for the money. We know that now, right? You want to build your business with great fit, great clients that are aligned with your new long-term offerings that are going to help them so much. You want people in your business who you love working with and who see the best results from your service and are shouting it from the rooftops. As Michael Port says, choose your clients as carefully as you choose your friends. So you need a filter in place to make sure that any of these people asking for the strategy session or discovery call or whatever you call your consultation are the right people moving forward. So you're going to ask specific questions that filter out the people you don't want and carry the people that you do want into the next stage. You do this either by a phone pre-qualification where you develop a short script, shouldn't take any longer than 10 minutes, or via online application. If you are a brick and mortar business, if you see your clients face to face, one to one, then a phone script is going to be best. If you're an online business, an online application is how you do that. This is one of the most important stages of the pipeline. It's how you protect your time, and it's how you demonstrate your boundaries to your prospective clients. You want them to know you don't just take anyone. The pre-screen and pre-qualify stage is an important tool to help you do that. You'll ask a number of questions to determine whether this is your kind of person, your kind of client. Now, you can have hard filter screening questions and soft filter screening questions to do that. An example of a hard filter screening question is about budget. If you are somebody who gets lots of people who show up wanting your services and then say, oh, I can't afford that, that's not in my budget, then you would want to put this in place. And this is where you give a price range in your pre-qualification script or application, and you ask directly, is that in your budget? Another very useful question to ask is there anyone else involved in the decision of whether you join this program? This is happening before you meet with them in the consultation, right? So if there is another decision maker involved, you invite that decision maker to the consultation itself, and you can even require it. Now, if your lead qualifies and makes it through that pre-screening process, now you call them a prospect. Up to that point, they're a lead, but once they've qualified, you call them a prospect. And in stage 3, you prime and prep your prospect. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite stage. If you're not doing this, you're missing out big time. And I have to tell you, very, very few people are doing this step, and it is such a winner for finding aligned clients and making the sale during the consultation. It's so, so good. So here's what it is. What happens is in this stage, you're building the know, like, trust factor before the consultation itself, basically between the time you schedule the consultation and between the time of the consultation itself. And so what happens is your prospect arrives at the consultation already ready to dive deep and invest in themselves. It's awesome. So we do this through a well-timed sequence of 3 emails that I call the Prime and Prep campaign. And in the Prime and Prep campaign, what you're doing is you're nurturing that prospect who has just made that consultation, just qualified with you. And what you're doing is you're educating them and exciting them about you, about the consultation itself, and about how you can help them. So just picture it. They have finally reached out. They've got some problem they want solved. They've finally reached out. They might have been looking around and found multiple people. So you might be one of a handful of people that they reached out to and called. They might have been referred to you by a friend. So that trust factor is there. They trust the friend and they know that, you might be able to help, but they don't know all that much about you. Those are some scenarios, and in this case, you're getting to educate them all about you and what the consultation will be and how you can help them. And it's amazing how they come in already knowing who you are and your backstory. They come in totally knowing your message and what makes you different from anyone else that's doing your service. They know your deep down why, because this is what you share with them in the Prime and Prep campaign. They know what you love about your work. They're really getting a taste of you. And you can share before and after case studies or client stories, so they're seeing the results. You also set expectations for the consultation itself. And they also know that you're going to be asking them to make a decision about moving forward or not. So they've been primed and prepped, and now it's the big show. This is the consultation itself, right? Lots of people think they hate doing sales in their business because their reference to salespeople is the sleazy car salesman or pushy telemarketers. And so they think sales is pushy. And they think it's a process of trying to get other people to do something they don't want to do, or to convince people that you're the right fit. And you know what? Yuck. That is yucky. So as a result, they lack confidence and lack structure in the sales conversation. That's what I see happening. Service providers who might be great at what they do, but because they think sales is this pushy, yucky process, they have no confidence doing it, and they have no structure to doing the sales conversation. So I want to tell you, it really doesn't have to be that way. I want you to hear what some of my clients have said about implementing the predictable sales system in their businesses, which is, a meaningful, authentic sales process. So Hannah Smolinski of Clara CFO Group said, Joanna, equip me to do sales in a way that feels very authentic and true to myself, which has been so helpful and actually fun. As a result, I've exceeded my sales goals of my new CFO package at my new much increased price. I want you to imagine that you can say the same. Sasha Benedetti says, I feel very empowered, and I just keep learning how much I actually love sales when it's coming from the heart, when it's authentic. It feels like I'm really standing in my value. I have something beautiful to offer, and if you're a match, here it is. And Dylan Stanich says, the whole process feels much more authentic and enjoyable and enables me to start establishing a relationship with each client in the sales process itself. So I want you to imagine, yes, your sales process can be totally authentic, totally enjoyable, totally unpushy. Any of the yucky stuff that you might think that sales is, it does not have to be that way at all, and can even be more effective, okay? So over 10 years in business, I've discovered and developed how to do powerful and meaningful consultations, and I've distilled that proven process into 10 steps. I've taught this process to well over 100 small business owners, from my own staff to clients of a business coaching company that I worked for several years, and now to my own clients in my own company. And so today I'm going to give you 3 tips for a great consultation. This video is already too long. There's no way I could go into all of those 10 steps, but I am going to give you 3 tips for a great consultation. So I'm going to start by telling you a story of a consultation gone wrong. Now, I was the prospective client in this case. I had scheduled a consultation with a woman that provides college counseling for high school students. I was looking for support for my son, who was just starting his junior year of high school. His school has given him very little guidance around college, and education is a very high value for me. I personally had an incredible college experience. It's where I discovered my calling to teach. If you didn't know, I was in public education for a decade. And it's where I really grew up and came into my own, college was. And, I would love for my sons to have an equally meaningful college education. But I'm worried that without the right support, he won't know how to navigate the college admissions process. I don't particularly know how to do it. And you know what? He doesn't actually seem that interested in college at all. So that's just a quick background of why I was looking into a college counselor. So here's the thing. In your consultations, you should start with questions to uncover exactly this type of information, to understand the pains and the problems and the goals and the desires of your prospective client. Why are they reaching out for help? What exactly is it they want to achieve? Why is that important to them? So had this college counselor started the consultation with any of those questions, or simply by asking, what prompted you to reach out to me? That's how she could have started. Then I would have started explaining some of the stuff I just told you. I mean, I want my kid to go to college. He's not interested. There's already conflict there, right? There's an issue. And so in me telling my story, she could have then started asking me specific questions to get deeper from there. But instead, she did exactly what I teach my clients not to do at the start of the consultation. She gave up her leadership and position as an expert, and she put me in the driver's seat. The first question she asked me in the consultation was, "So what services are you looking for?" There were no questions about my son, his interests, what school is like for him, his visions for his future, my hopes for him. Now, there could have been so much rich information shared with her, information that would have informed her whether we're a good match for her and whether she's a good match for us, information that would have helped her determine exactly how to serve us best, and perhaps most importantly, information that she needed in order to recommend to me a specific service she provides, like what the right package for us would be. So her opportunity to be a leader and to demonstrate her expertise and to identify our problems and then offer us solutions, her solutions, it was lost with that one wrong question just right off the bat. So that's what she asked me. "So what services are you looking for?" My answer to her was, "Well, college counseling. That's what your website says you do, and I saw you have like a full service package for incoming juniors, so, And she responded, "Okay, yes, well, let me tell you about that." And then she launched into all the features, a list of all the things that her service package includes. What she was doing was pitching her services. She did all the talking, and I could barely stay engaged. And finally, she got to the price, which was $3,200, and asked me if I'm interested. And I'm definitely not. She's made no personal connection with me. She doesn't know anything about me or my son, not even his name. And while she might have thought that $3,200 was just too much for me, that she might have thought I couldn't afford it or thought I wasn't interested in her services because of the price, really that had nothing to do with it at all. Because 2 weeks later, I found a different college counselor and happily paid $5,500 to help me solve my problem and meet my goals. Listen, whether you get a yes or no in your consultation is rarely about price, even though you may think it is. Because if you haven't done your consultation well, if you've pitched your services like that first college counselor did with me, you've just left your prospect with nothing to consider but the features of your service and the price. You haven't built a relationship, which is what you should do. In your consultations, the first thing you need to do is establish a personal connection with your prospect right from the first minute. And you need to start uncovering their feelings, problems, pains, goals, and desires. Having this information is essential to making sure they're a good fit for you and you for them, and for recommending the right service that can help them get the results they can seek. So your consultation or discovery call is not a pitch, and it can and should be totally authentic, totally meaningful, and a totally unsalesy process that enrolls new clients easily and effortlessly. So that brings me to the 3 tips, which I've already talked about, but I'll reiterate here. Tip number 1, don't ask them what services they're looking for. Do ask them about their goals and what they want to achieve, because you are the expert that's going to diagnose the problem and offer the right solution, okay? Tip number 2, lead the consultation like a leader, like the expert that you are. You're the leader of the consultation. This person is coming to you for your opinion, your advice, and your help, and you're going to give it to them. You're the interviewer in this process, not the interviewee. You are asking them and digging into their issues so you can give your opinion and advice on what they would need to do to meet their goals. And tip number 3, don't pitch your services or talk about yourself and why you're great at what you do. The consultation needs to be all about your prospect, where they are now and where they want to be. This isn't about you. Your consultation or discovery call is not a pitch. It can and should be totally authentic, totally meaningful, and a totally unsalesy process that enrolls new clients easily and effortlessly. And it can actually be one of the most fulfilling parts of your business. You can fall in love with sales, as I have and so many others that have worked with me have. When you follow the 10-step consultation framework, your prospect will ask you about your services and how you can help. And then you simply answer their questions and make the sale. It really does happen that simply. And once you make that sale, you now have a new client right now. So what do? You move them to stage 5 where you onboard and wow them. Here's the deal. Now that you have a new client, you want to address their emotions. You want to let them know they made a great choice. Oftentimes, a buying choice is an emotional choice, and oftentimes people will freak out a little bit at how much money they just dropped or a decision they made, especially in transformational services, because they know it's going to be work, they know it's going to be challenging, and you want to address those emotions right off the bat. Let them know they made a great choice and they're in great hands. You also want to provide guidance. You want to give them information that's going to help them be successful as your client, okay? And the third thing is you want to build community. Show them that they're now part of your inner circle. They are now part of something special. So address their emotions, provide guidance, and build community. So those are the 5 stages of the predictable sales system. And when this is implemented in your business, several parts of it are automated, and really you do just show up at the consultations and get to have those great connections with people. It's amazing. Really, it's amazing. It's how you build an amazing clientele of long-term clients that you love and that love you back. And it's so rewarding to build a business like this. So I advise that you don't spend any more money or time on marketing, any extra than you're doing right now for more leads, until you master these techniques of a powerful and effective sales process, one that builds trust and connection so that you can easily enroll the motivated, aligned clients who experience the best results and happily pay for your long-term services. This is how you build a profitable and sustainable business. If that sounds good to you, here's what's next. The Double Your Sales Masterclass is where I work with you to implement all 5 stages of the predictable sales system into your business, including the automations. And when you get this in place, you get to generate more income, have a greater impact on your clients and community, get more high quality clients you love, and build that profitable and sustainable business that makes you happy and fulfills your heart and your soul. I invite you to learn more about the Double Your Sales Masterclass by clicking on the link below. And if you want to move forward from there, I invite you to schedule a consultation to see if it's a great fit for you. Okay, that's it for the bonus video. Bye now.